afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Please take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Pitch Perfect session this afternoon here presented by Largo. Now, the next 90 minutes together are going to be intense and engaging as we have 16 filmmakers ready to present their projects to us. And this is not your usual pitching event because all of the projects come and are going to be presented with predictions and insights powered by AI. Now, what does that mean? Largo operates at the very intersection of technology, creativity, and global markets, and develops advanced AI solutions for the film and the TV industry. Its platforms provide deep audience and market understanding, therefore enables data-driven decision-making both for the creatives and the financials. Now, the pitches we're about to see have all leveraged Largo's analytical power, and we're going to get to see this analysis and understand how those data-driven insights are transforming both the film development and also unlocking co-production opportunities. My name is Kristen Davis. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you, to welcome you all and to host this session. Now, before I welcome our first pitcher on stage, let's hear from the founder and CEO of Largo AI, Sami Arpa.
Thank you, Kristen. Welcome, everybody. So we are very happy to organize this event 5th time in Cannes. Anybody participated to this event before? Okay, we see some hands. So this is becoming like classics in marché de film. We started that 5 years ago that we were curious how we can combine storytelling with AI insights, and we did this 2021 first edition. We saw great interest, and we continued, and every year interest is increasing. The great thing about this event is seeing the real stories with the people behind that. And we bring AI insights just to support, to accelerate the pitch, to transfer what they want to tell about their story with a few AI insights. Of course, we can show only limited data here in 3 minutes, but we have Largo Connect to access the projects for more details. I will encourage you to check all the projects after the session, but let me give you a few information about the flow of the presentations. So you'll see some data while they are presenting their projects. Here we have insights related to content, character, casting, and a few numbers that helps you to position the content from the different dimensions. So that scores being high or low, it doesn't indicate if the content is good or bad. It's just, those are just scores for positioning. But let me just show you each part specifically. So that graph is genre recipe graph. What you see here is transition of the genres from start till the end of the project. So each color represents a different genre. You see like where, for example, like a drama is increasing, where it's reducing. So it gives like main pattern of the content, and you can have a main idea of overall dramaturgy of the content in a very high level. And you have also this genre flux score. So this score shows how much variation of genres we are having over the content. And score is higher if you have like action, adventure, sci-fi type of content. It's lower for drama content. So here you'll see also averages. So average means what is this score in similar content for you to position for the genre dynamics. And we have also scores related to emotional perception. So we predict how the audience will feel while watching this content for every specific scenes. Again, the brown colors over here representing more negative emotions, blue ones are positive emotions. And we get 2 scores, emotional tone. Emotional tone, if it is higher, that means we have the dominance of positive emotions. If it's lower, it means dominance of negative emotions. Like lower means, by the way, minus, being below 0. It's a score between -10 to 10. And emotional intensity, so this is the intensity of overall emotions, negative or positive, versus neutral. So the gray part here is the neutral. And again, yeah, you'll see the comparison of that with the averages. Averages are coming from similar content. You'll see also predicted dominant audience, the gender and age interval. And yeah, this is only a small highlight of those results. You can connect to Largo Connect to see more details about the projects. We do also financial predictions for box office, streaming, expected audience. So you can see much more details about the projects over Largo Connect. So yeah, I mean, lastly, just to mention, so Largo started in 2018 with the goal of providing insights to any stakeholder in the industry. So we are working with independent producers, but also many big studios. And over the time, we realized that we can get more accurate as we are being closer to real people. So with that, we launched our simulated focus group tools 2 years ago. And with simulated focus group, basically, you can put your content as an input to the system, select any country, and system brings the digital populations. Then you can interact with this audience to see like how these people are perceiving your content. And you can do this at very earlier stages in an iterative way, in a very affordable way in terms of time and cost. So if you are not using Largo, I will really encourage you also to speak to our team to check how the simulated focus groups are working. We think it is game changer. So we have our booth at Innovation Village. Our team will be happy to help you to present more on that. So I guess with that, I can add my talk and we can start the show. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sami. Right, we are going to get started. Each picture is going to have just 3 minutes, 180 seconds, so no pressure, okay? If they run over, I will jump up here on stage. So if you see me coming up here on stage, thunderous applause from the audience. They're key to stop speaking. We move on to the next picture. All right, so it's teamwork. Pictures, keep your eyes on the clock here. So let's get started. To present Terminal, we have an American duo. Writer and director David's latest film, Space, premieres this June, and Elisa is just back from South by Southwest, where her film Wishful Thinking won the top jury prize. Here to present Terminal, please welcome, where are they? Yes. Well, please welcome David Poulshock and Elisa Roenbach.
One mic. You started the clock yet? Okay. Oh, it's going. 2 minutes. As you heard, my name is David, and
I'm Alyssa, and we're filmmakers from the United States.
And we're going to talk about cults, religious cults, sex cults, self-help cults, political cults. We have this huge political cult in America. They're all around us.
In fact, I would say I grew up in what I would call a half cult.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? So our film Terminal is a dark thriller for our time. It's about an investigative reporter who infiltrates a doomsday cult to rescue her brainwashed brother before the mass suicide. She has 72 hours.
Think Midsummer for cult themes, but think Sinners for style.
But without the vampires. We don't need any vampires because we have real evil people living among us right now. I'm talking about narcissistic, charismatic, sociopathic cult leaders who prey on weak, fearful minds, on the lost souls among us. And our cult leader is one of these guys. He's a televangelist preacher whose claim is that these are the end times because 6G wireless with its deadly RF radiation is going to kill the planet. Birds will be torn from the sky, fish thrown from the sea, our brains will fry, unless, of course, you follow him. Ride with me, he says. We're on a road trip to heaven, on a highway to the new way, and you are safe with me.
Are we safe?
Well, no. Are you kidding? It's all a lie. Because he and his gang have lured 100 pilgrims into a secret place, and they're just going to kill them all, steal their money, and burn the place down and broadcast the whole thing. But our hero, who goes in undercover as a true believer to rescue her brother and bring the cult down, her brother outs her as a heretic, and all is lost. So,
Can she do it?
can she do it? Can she get away and save her brother before they drink the Kool-Aid? You'll have to wait. Doomsday will be televangelized in 72
hours. And our budget is $3 million. And with Oregon's 26.2 cash rebate system, that means actual cash in hand that we can put back into post-production. That's not a joke. If you want to talk numbers, let's talk numbers. I love talking numbers. And with Largo AI's prediction of our genres being great in thriller, horror, sci-fi, and social commentary, they predict stats close to Hereditary for our project. And in fact, our box office stats show great predictions for France, the United States, and Switzerland as our top countries. Our DP shot It's What's Inside, which sold at Sundance to Netflix for $17 million. Our EP has 40 years of experience with Warner, Paramount, and Disney. And my film, Wishful Thinking, just sold to Sony Pictures Classic after winning South by Southwest. So the bottom line, we know how to get a film across the finish line. Can I get an amen?
Amen. Praise the way. Yeah, so with his or without his help, we are looking for distributors, financing, and production partners, and that's it.
You've got 72 hours
to talk to us.
Thank you.
Fantastic. That was 3 minutes on the dot. Well done to David and Lisa. Now, next we have an LA noir set in the 90s and directed by Jay Holben. Here to present Lost Angel. Please welcome LA-based actress and producer, Nicole Starrett.
Does anyone like solving mysteries? Anyone? Okay, here's one. 3 films. What do they have in common? Chinatown, Heat, Mulholland Drive. Anyone? They're all thrillers set in LA that are part of cinema history. Okay, so here's our log line. A young mother, new to LA, broke, drops her 3-year-old daughter Angel off at nursery school for the first day. And when she returns, it's every parent's worst nightmare. The kid's gone. And worse yet, police don't just fail to find her, they don't find any evidence that Angel ever even existed. No photographs? Well, her mother Faith is broke, it's the 90s. No enrollment records? Well, it's the first day. No witnesses. So was the kid missing, or did she ever even exist in the first place? That's the hook for Lost Angel. So this is a prestige commercial thriller, and we know that these do really well with women 18 all the way to 45, thanks to Largo, who devour that true crime, elevated suspense. We also know it performs well with men in the same age bracket, because this film has a psychological horror twist that's going to light up Reddit and Letterboxd for years to come. We know that. So let's talk a little bit about ROI. Let's talk numbers while we're here. Because if you want to know the twist, there's a little clue under your seats that you can check out for evidence later. So ROI, this film on the low end makes more than its budget in the first year in box office and streaming. Our budget's at 4.7, it brings in 5. Now on the high end of Largo's prediction, it quadruples that. We're feeling good about that. We also have 1.7 in the door already. We will be shooting in California, in Los Angeles, with the expanded California State Tax Credit 4.0. We also have post already guaranteed in Toronto with Urban Post, who just made Nirvana the Band, the show, the movie. And we are stacking in the federal tax credit 168K as well, which means that 100% of investments are absolutely deductible by your taxes on the first year that the film goes into service. So we're shooting in early 2027. That means end of 2027, that goes back in your pocket. So in terms of team, myself and Jay Holben, who's a veteran ASC member, his early work is already in the Academy's archive, and it was screened at their Branch Selects program this year. He's been in the business for 40 years and is a technical director and frequent contributor to American Cinematographer. I'm an indie producer. I'm also an actor. I'll be a detective role in this film because I love a mystery too, and I love a classic noir. And then also, I have these strong talent relationships from acting for the past 15 years in LA. I have a relationship with J.K. Simmons, an Oscar winner, and I'm getting the script to Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons, Kirsten as the main villain. So check out more under your seats for more evidence.
Bravo, Nicole. Fantastic. Brilliant. Fantastic. We are bang on time. Bravo pictures. Our next picture is a cultural journalist, curator, and artist, and her film Gli Altri premiered at the Istanbul Biennale. She's based in Berlin and Crete, but she is here in Cannes with us today to present Planet Capital Alpha. Please welcome Dunja Greensmith. Microphone's ready.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
May I ask you to think about your personal future for a moment? Please, bear with me. What comes to mind? And now, think about a future where you spend your vacation on this beautiful paradise planet, known for its agreeable climate and bountiful harvests. You like it so much on Planet Capital Alpha, you may even consider retiring there. You wouldn't be the first. But then, suddenly, communications and power break down. Food turns toxic, and you're stranded in the middle of the universe, watching planet Earth going up in a mushroom cloud. People are dying grotesquely or by choice, and before you know it, you're one of just only a few dozen humans left alive in the cosmos. Or so you think. My name is Dunja, and I'm the writer and creator of the future fiction series Planet Capital Alpha. It comes with a motto: no man is an island, no woman is a planet. We need other humans, it seems, to be human at all. Planet Capital Alpha is a character-driven serialized drama. 6 one-hour episodes per season with a 4-season arc envisioned. Set in a post-apocalyptic world, it weaves together elements of mystery, survival, and a touch of horror. Picture 2001: A Space Odyssey colliding with Jean-Luc Godard's Alphaville, only after the supercomputers have become extinct. Season 1 is budgeted at 6.5 million, including a 1.5 million pilot. We are developing for production on Crete with strong local ties, striking landscapes, and a 40% rebate, targeting a winter 2026 shoot. Planet Capital Alpha asks, what if technology doesn't take over, but fails us? It explores what happens when the systems we rely on collapse, placing it firmly in the current zeitgeist. I have tested the pilot with a simulated US audience using Largo AI. 91% wanted to continue, and of that group, 43% volunteered they'd like to watch it with a partner or a friend and discuss it afterwards, pointing at real conversation and community value. Designed as a series to extend into a cross-platform ecosystem, Planet Capital Alpha is offering strong potential for impact campaigning and partnerships. I am now looking for an international production partner or investor to come on board and share in building the long-term value of the IP. An IP with sustained branding powers across international markets, future seasons, licensing opportunities, and secondary content. Planet Capital Alpha's fair value is also very interesting.
Bravo, Dunja, for using every second of her 3 minutes. Next, we have a duo coming to tell us about Nostradamus Mission. Please welcome creator, writer, and executive producer Daniel Berghoff and partner producer Alex Galvan. Pick up your microphones over this side. Pictures, entrance that side.
Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, thank you.
Hello, good people. My name is Alex. I'm a producer on the Nostradamus Mission, and I'm going to let Daniel take it. Go for it, Daniel.
Okay. You'll have to excuse me. This story is different. It's complicated, so I'm going to read as best I can
Daniel.
to describe the impact I think it'll have. My name is Daniel Berghoff.
Pop your microphone right here.
I'm the creator of the Nostradamus Mission, based on my novel sold worldwide. The story is sci-fi focused, yet multi-genre, According to FilmSite.org, over 50% of the top domestic grossing movies in the last 2 decades were sci-fi. This is reflected in the Academy Awards. So it's not surprising that Largo's analysis indicates great appeal to all age groups, male and female, with better emotional indicators than similar movies, projecting great profit. Produced by 3G Management in association with ACOS Media Capital and Trimax Media, it is funded, and my producer team is here today looking for distribution. A story of worldwide implications, the story has significant extraterrestrial-human interactions, a race against time, blending UFO conspiracy realism with pulpy action, engulfed in messianic mysticism amidst celestial prophecy. The mission is to save Earth from an apocalypse, mentoring the descendants, a Frenchman and an American, destined by divine edict, is the leader of an intergalactic alien council and his assistant. Joining the Nostradamus mission team is a computer hacking wizard, a gifted political science university graduate, and a decorated retired Air Force colonel. Together, they discover celestial crystals beneath the Earth are responsible for interstellar travel portals used by aliens for millions of years, and the realization that Earth is the center of the universe, finding answers that have befuddled historians for centuries. Looking to enlighten humanity and to find its purpose, the Nostradamus mission team connects the dots of human evolution with answers similar films have failed to do. This is the Nostradamus mission, leading to a vision of a Star Trek for humanity to go where no man has gone before. I hope that you take this seriously, because this has been done over 10 years of research, and much of what you'll see in this movie is based on historical evidence, and many people that have looked it over said nothing like this has ever been done before in cinematic history. So thank you for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Daniel. That's the Nostradamus mission. Now, our next speaker is unfortunately not able to join us. Marguerite Apotre is unfortunately not able to be here, but we want to make sure that her project gets to be aired and that you get to see it as well. So let me welcome, stand-in body double, Ben from Largo, to present the Portal Tree Chronicles. Ben.
Yes, that's me actually. Yeah, thank you so much guys for coming here. I really appreciate that. And my name is Ben. I'm working with Largo very closely, obviously, with all my clients. So thank you so much everybody for coming here. They're doing a great job. And Marguerite couldn't make it last minute, so I definitely wanted to step in because her project reminded me of Back to the Future, guys. I'm a huge fan since I was a kid, right? And the Portal 3 Chronicles is basically about this, plus a romantic, drama-driven piece about 2 people falling in love but realizing that they're not the perfect couple together, right? So it's about the Lebanese-Canadian dancer and also like a Liverpool-born guy come together, and they're playing in a theater ensemble, but at some point they realize, oh my God, I think I don't really like this guy, and she's like, okay, I gotta go. So she leaves, but in the meantime, we also have a guy, a prince, who lives on a mountain who's working on time traveling because he got the money, and he want I want to have people time travel to maybe change the past in order to have a better future. They realize that, and they want to come across and just meet the guy firsthand and just, we just want to change our past to maybe become somebody else so that we can find us together again and maybe fall in love again. Think about that for a second. It would be great to have that in real life, to be honest, right? I would love that, going back. But anyway, so that's basically what they do. It's an 8-part, mini-series. That means they're looking for $2 million per series, per episode, actually. That means $16 million is asked for. And it's very interesting because she is also has the background, the Middle East background, so she wants to shoot it in Canada, in St. John, New Brunswick. And she wants to have a very Middle East feel to it, right? So that means she also thinks about the strategy to sell it into the Egyptian market, the Middle East market, right? So she's looking for somebody who's interested working with her, co-producers, strategic partners, investors. So if you guys want to know more about it, please get in touch with me, and I'm going to forward your contact to them so we get in touch and make a beautiful movie out of this. Oh yeah, that's it. I got 1 minute left. Oh, I got 1 minute left.
Bravo,
okay,
Ben.
so I can keep talking then. Oh my goodness, so I keep talking. So, and to be honest, the beautiful thing is like what we predicted, just so you guys know, I wanted to mention that to you guys, as we already discussed about Largo and financial forecast, right? What we really heavily working on right now with our clients is making sure that they have real predictable financial numbers, forecast numbers that work for investors, for partners, co-producers, right? And we did the same with the Portal 3 Chronicles, right? And it predicted that, for example, Amazon would put down a fair value amount of $10 million for the United States alone. And we also predicted household predictions of about 2 million who are going to be at least for 20 minutes watching this content, which is a very specific metric that Netflix and all those big streamers are looking at. If you watch a movie tonight for 10 minutes, that's fine. But if you come back tomorrow and keep watching it for another 10 minutes and get to the 20-minute mark, that's real value to them, guys. And we're going to track that. We can help you with that. And that's what we did with Marguerite. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.
Bravo,
wow, I made
Ben.
it. Hey.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, that is 5 projects already. Here comes number 6. Our next picture is a Nigerian-American filmmaker and creative. Based in LA and aiming to evoke empathy, celebrate the global majority, and challenge the system of oppressions. To tell us more about a private experience, please welcome Ogechi Musa.
Thank you for that introduction. Thank you, Largo. Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? As you heard, my name's Ogechi Musa, Ogechi Kama Musa, for all the Nigers in the room. I could say my name. We got it. And I'm one of the Oracle producers of A Private Experience. A Private Experience is a story written by one of the most influential literary voices of our time, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. It is a story about 2 Nigerian women from opposite backgrounds, a privileged Christian Igbo student and a poor Hausa Muslim woman. They have to put aside their differences in order to survive together in an abandoned shop during a religious riot. One of the most impactful moments of the story is when the 2 women meet. They are on the opposite sides of the road, and the Muslim woman sees danger on the other woman's path and signals her to follow. There's a brief moment of hesitation, then the Christian woman follows. As the market continues to burn and the ethnic-religious conflict erupts, innocents are being slayed around them, but they help each other climb through the shop window to escape the danger. Later on, the woman ends up removing her hijab and wraps it around the bleeding leg of the Christian woman. This moment symbolizes the mission of the film. When she strips away the external representation of the self, she's left with just her humanity. She instinctively helps the other woman. So this film sits at the intersection of prestige festival cinema and socially relevant storytelling. Because it's largely set in one location, Nigeria, we can produce it efficiently at a $2 million budget while delivering high emotional impact and strong returns. And as you can see, the data supports that. Largo's of 3 million, driven by a core 18 to 30-year-old audience and strong emotional engagement scoring, higher than all of the comps with above average scores. But beyond the numbers, the story is deeply impactful and based on reality. There's real momentum behind this project. People want to be a part of telling this story. So already, my filmmaker mentor, Ramon Olagdebolu, is adapting the story into a feature film, has the option rights. We are in distribution discussions with Film One, which is an international partner with Netflix, and we have key creative attachments like Hans Charles, he did Ava DuVernay's 13th and the All-American TV series, as well as award-winning talent David Oyelowo, and Beyond the numbers, it's impactful and based on reality. The same divide at the center of this film exists in my own lineage. My parents came from the same different worlds as the characters in this story, yet they found the connection. This film is a reflection of that truth, that even in our deepest divisions, there's the possibility for empathy, love, understanding, and I am living proof of that. If you want to collaborate, we're looking for investors, of course, co-production in any of the 3 countries of productions, which is US, UK, and Nigeria. This is a film for the diaspora. We're coming together, we're creating this bridge of gold between Nollywood, Hollywood, and hopefully one of you. Thank you so much.
Bravo, Ogechi. Right, now we're traveling the world with this. We've traveled to the future. Our next project grew from an idea sparked by an article from the past, the 80s. And from seed to script, the project reflects a lifelong passion for bold storytelling and artistic development. Here to tell us about the third act, we have actor, teacher, and story collaborator, Richard Lawson.
Hello. Good afternoon. I'm here to present the third act as more than a heartfelt comedy. This is a smart commercial opportunity for a market hungry for uplifting, character-driven, multi-generational stories. The logline is simple. Dreams don't have expiration dates. At the center is Maggie Jones, a gifted arts therapist who has created disappear. This is where people in their 70s and 80s come back to life.
Use the microphone.
Richard, microphone here.
Yeah, well, it's going out. Okay, this is where people in the 70s and 80s go back to life. They paint, they dance, they flirt, they rebel, they rehabilitate who they are. But when a wild spirit of romance celebration goes viral, Maggie's program becomes a scandal. Her billionaire backer ends up hospitalized, his ruthless stepdaughter moves to shut everything down, and Maggie must fight for the residents, the program, and the belief that the last chapter in life may be the most powerful one. Here's where this works as a business decision. Old person's movie. It is a family comedy that bridges generations. Grandparents see themselves. Parents see the future. Gen Zs see rebellion, authenticity, sexuality, and people refusing to be erased. Second, it is A-list talent magnet. There are big, funny, emotional roles for legendary actors who still have enormous audience love. This makes it attractive to major agencies and legacy talent. Third, we have built-in marketing advantage. Metacasting. My real-life, world-famous daughter, Bianca Lawson, can play my daughter on screen. This gives us chemistry, press, global curiosity, and organic reach before we even buy the first ad. Fourth, the comedy travels. Aging, family conflict, rebellion, and the need to be seen are universal. This gives the film real value domestically, internationally, and on streamers. And the budget model is controlled. At a projected budget of $4.5 million, this is a high-value ensemble comedy with contained locations, strong characters, and a major upside, in the lane of the best erotic Marigold Hotel and 80 for Brady. So yes, the third act is a beautiful story, but it is also a commercial package, controlled budget, A-list casting potential, global themes, built-in family marketing, and an audience the industry has underestimated for too long. This is a movie about people the world counted out. And that is exactly why audiences will show up.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
So much, Richard. Now, our next project, Elijah and George, A Revolutionary Tale, is a historical drama that brings to life the rarely depicted world of George Washington's civilian army. That's 2,000 women and children who supported the Continental Army on the march during the fight for independence. Now, producer, writer, and director, and founder of Metatron Productions, Andrea Clarke, is not able to make it. So, Ben, you're back up on stage here to present Elijah and George.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Hello, hello. Yeah, the mic is working, right? The mic is working. Yes, beautiful. Yeah, I'm back. That's me. And, you know, it's interesting, though, because honestly, guys, when I talked to Andrea about the project the first time, I was hooked because, you know, when I watch a period piece, right, when I watch a movie about the war, I always think about, okay, what happens to the families? What happens to the people back home, right? Yes, we want to see, like, battlefields. We want to see people fighting. We want to see those soldiers' images and stuff, yes. But the story is basically about behind the scenes, right? It's about Elijah and his dog, Jack, right? And it plays basically back in the 1700s when George Washington has his army ready and it's kind of like going out fighting, right? But what happens to the family? And Elijah is at this encampment of George Washington and just realized that his dad is getting lost on the front. So what do? You want to find your dad. I would try to find my dad, obviously, right? So he escapes with his dog. He goes on that journey trying to find his father, trying to find his dad, trying to get the family back together, which I think is a very powerful topic. And it's also interesting, and I talked to Andrea about that. I was like, the first question I had is, Andrea, is that based on a book? And then she said, yes, it is. I said, oh, thanks for telling me, because that's very important. It is based on a book by Michael Dooling. He wrote the book, George Washington Army and Me. You can check it out. So the story is based on that book. Michael is involved, right? He basically is a producer also on that project, which is very powerful, so he can bring a lot of value to it as well. And they want to shoot it very soon. They want to shoot it by the end of the year. They're asking for $8.5 million, right? They also have a fiscal sponsor that they also work with, which is also like from the Hard Productions, which is very interesting too, so you can check it out yourself. But what I wanted to really like emphasize, which is very important, and I got 1 minute left, which is beautiful, because what I feel about the story is it's not just about Elijah and his dog. We're also going to see mothers. We're going to see like a civilian army almost walking with their people on the front, right? So it's a very powerful tool to really show you guys that it's about independency. It's about like fighting for your rights, fighting for your freedom, not just as a soldier, but as a whole family. And I think that is very powerful. And honestly, guys, we're facing a lot of stuff right now in real life, right? And it should remind us that we have people back home as well, right? And we want to think about these people too, trying to come back together. So please feel free to get in touch with me, right? We definitely want to talk about this. And Andrea, is planning to also cast a lot of people, obviously the soldiers, but she also has like 45 featured roles with that. So if there's any actor in the room, she would like to talk to you guys as well. So reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to connect you guys. Thank you so much, and see you guys soon.
Bravo. Bravo, Ben. Preaching like a pro. Thank you so much for standing in for Andrea Clarke there. Now, our next picture is an award-winning Polish-Australian director, screenwriter, producer, and founder of Desert Rose Films. Known as a champion for inclusive global storytelling, her project Riot, a female-driven crime story, draws on her own multicultural lens. Here to tell us more, please welcome Nancy Paton.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I'm Nancy Paton. I'm the writer and director of this coming-of-age crime book-to-screen story inspired by true events, Riot. Riot is actually an international co-production between Poland and Australia with strong built-in distribution channels, European distribution channels. The total budget is $2.5 million. Out of that, we've already got $500,000 in private equity. We've got another $800,000 covered by soft money and public film funds from Poland and Australia. That's fine. My ask is we're looking for the $1.2 million to cover the gap with the last in, first out benefits. Now let me tell you a bit about the story. Riot follows a 21-year-old Polish-Australian Sydney University student called Paige Kowalski, whose life is torn apart when her father is arrested. After finding out that her younger sister has leukemia, the father, desperate to get money to pay for the bills, starts dealing for a bikie gang drugs. He gets caught and he gets put into jail for life. Now her mother and her are desperate to keep the family going and keep the fight. But of course, Paige falls into the same criminal world as her father, and starts dating a bikie gang leader who promises to, take care of her and her family. Of course, they fall in love. However, she's torn between who she is. Is she Polish? Is she Arab? Is she Australian? Is she Catholic? Is she Muslim? Who is she? Now, during the Rio Cronulla race riots, which actually happened in 2005, she finds out that not only did her boyfriend at the time he caused the riots, he's also the reason her father is in jail. Now she has to choose between the love of her life or the family she's been fighting for. Riot has the emotional intensity of American History X. It has the tension of The Departed and the raw reality of the City of God. It is a female-driven story set in a multicultural Godfather Sydney underbelly, which is rarely ever seen on the big screen. As Riot touches on identity, family, culture, it will really resonate with international audiences and is a strong contender for festivals. So basically, it's already de-risked. It's an international co-production. It's already got distribution, European distribution, and touches on a powerful story. Yes, so, right, is a smart investment. Thank you so much, all. Have a lovely day, and I look forward to speaking to you after this.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Okay, now, next. We're going to be blending science, media, and finance to advance animal welfare, biodiversity, and global conservation through light-based research and storytelling. Ready for this? To tell us about the Green Year, please welcome founder and executive director of the Zoological Light Institute and founder of Photodiversity Films, James Fisher.
Well, thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. The Zoological Lighting Institute is a science-oriented animal welfare charity. So it's a little hard to reach people with that sometimes because it's highly science-based. One of the issues we deal with are bird collisions with windows, right? It sounds like something you could ignore, something you can be indifferent to. But in my 3 minutes, 30,000 birds will die. 30,000 birds will die in these 3 minutes. So the project that we put together is designed to fix that, to get people to care and to think about what their actions are. Now, like everybody, we're seeking investors, we're seeking sponsors, we're seeking donors. You'll see the $49 million budget. Largo AI, the forecasts actually suggest a $109 million box office return and an $18 million fair market value. So even though they're high, in proportion to the returns we're seeking to help fund science, not too bad. Now, let me describe the Green Year a little bit. The Green Year is an anime that tells the story of Sam and Peeta Robinson, framed as the son and daughter of Tom Robinson, the mockingbird of Harper Lee's novel and the Gregory Peck film. They're not even given names in the original story, so we did that. Both of them fight indifference in different ways. Structural indifference, structural racism. Sam, for his part, becomes a birder, and he tries to complete a birder's big year. But growing up in segregationist Alabama, can't. His story takes him through 1960s Junta Brazil and into Tolbert's Liberia in the 1970s before he finds a degree of peace in Scotland. Now Sam deals with indifference by working within political systems. His sister Peeta, though, is a creative taxidermist and an artist. She finds her own way, whisked from Alabama into the psychedelic art of the 1960s, and then on to graffiti arts in the 80s. Her response is to reject law and to really dive into the world of artistic freedom, but the dangers that that represents too in terms of substance abuse and exploitation. However, she survives and ultimately saves Sam. So now, because we're a charity, we're able to develop the project giving tax deductions and maintain creative control, but then we transfer it into photodiversity films for commercial exploitation. Combined with the box office returns that we have, we're looking to add merchandising and gamification. So I'm going to end on that, actually. Please do contact me later, and there are cards in the seats with a QR code. But thank you very much for the time.
That way. Thank you so much, James. Okay, we are bang on time because our pitchers are super pro. Now, next, with more than 10 novels under her belt, our next pitcher knows how to make you laugh, how to make you cry, and how to leave you wanting more. Her short film, Ed and Alfie, won multiple awards, including 2 for Best Screenplays. She's currently in development with an adaptation of her novel, Getting Rid of Rosie, a supernatural comedy that will be one wild, ghostly ride. Please tell us more, Lydia Simmons.
With Karma as a main character, Getting Rid of Rosie puts a fresh spin on ghosts, gods, and Cinderella stories. A supernatural comedy that asks the question, do you believe in karma? Karma, who watches our lives unfold, tracking choices, keeping score, sending that score back to us 3 times over. Never personal, just policy. And her number one rule, never take an interest in an individual human. Fates get so testy when that happens. But every now and then, there's someone who makes it hard to look away, to be indifferent. Samantha Choi, Sam, is one of those. Sam's family left Korea when she was 2, and she grew up in the family diner, surrounded by people, steeped in tradition and well aware of her parents' plan for her future. And karma is always watching. Her dream of going to Paris, becoming a baker, turning the diner into a French patisserie was so cute and easily dismissed until Sam met her best friend, Rosie Choi. The first to say, "It's your life, Choi, do what you want." Rosie was never a family favorite, but those girls were inseparable until Sam secretly applied to a cooking school out west. When she received a scholarship, Sam begged her family to understand. She ended up breaking their hearts, breaking all of their hearts, when she left, leaving best friend Rosie and fiancé Michael far behind. Abandoned by Sam, Michael and Rosie turned to each other. Rosie got pregnant, they ran off and got married. Convinced their betrayal was karma's punishment for being a bad daughter, Sam abandoned her dream and went to business school. For 10 years, Karma could only watch as Sam turned herself into the pride of her family, living a life she never wanted, blaming Karma for everything. But when Sam is offered a promotion that will lock her into that life with no chance of escape, Karma cannot look away, not this time. Defying the fates, Karma goes in full fairy godmother, giving Sam until midnight to choose the life she truly wants, if she gets rid of the ghost of Rosie Fisk, who has no plan to go anywhere anytime soon. The script is an adaptation of my novel, a collaboration with director Shelley Hong. Largo's analysis confirms this film hits the 13 to 30 demographic and projects a gross revenue ranging from 37 to 114 million on a budget, a costed budget of $5 million. We're looking for production partners and investors to breathe life into a film that makes you laugh and cry and watch it over and over again. Thank you.
Bravo, Linda Simmons, getting rid of Rosie. Okay. Next up, we have a rom-com franchise about an alternative dating service that manufactures real-life meet-cutes between soulmates. To tell us more, please welcome the award-winning writer, director, and creator of Eternal Pursuits, Benjamin Font, and producer, Jacqueline Ryan-Krichevsky. I'm going to get my pronunciation right. Krichevsky, come on up. Thank you.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having us and for that intro. As you heard, I'm Benjamin Font, the creator of the rom-com franchise Eternal Pursuit, my producer Jackie Ryan, but also here with us is my co-director Noah Applebaum in the tracksuit here with all the fortune cookies, right? So, inside those cookies you'll find a fortune that reads, "In the eternal pursuit of the one, love is the only law," which is the motto of Manufacturing Co., an alternative dating service that finds your perfect match and manufactures a coincidence, a real-life meet-cute, right? And so, while Eternal Pursuit follows newly single and heartbroken Alex, played by Ben Schwartz, on his crazy journey through the company's just insane, unorthodox methods of finding your soulmate, played by Lucy Hale, it's also the beginning of this franchise, you know? One that reminds us to look up, look around us, because at any given moment, we're all making decisions that alter the course of our lives and naturally make us cross paths with others who have made decisions of their own that have brought them to that exact place at that exact time, right? So your soulmate could be closer than you think. And that's what Eternal Pursuit is really all about. Looking up, looking around us, and being present, and being ready to give and receive the love that we all deserve, you know? This isn't swiping, it's the future.
All right, so we are in discussion with the talent that Benjamin mentioned, Ben Schwartz and Lucy Hale. And attached, we have comedian Bobby Lee, Lindsay Shaw from Pretty Little Liars, Brendan Keener from The Pit, Rick Otto from The Wire, and comedian Paige Jin. This gives Eternal Pursuit a social media following of over 27 million. Those are fans that could be in the seats rooting for these characters and frankly wishing the manufacturing company was a real service they could sign up for. Love is a $6 billion business, and with Eternal Pursuit, we build a world where a manufacturing company is real, and we give our audience a sense of that feeling for a fraction of the cost. With a proposed budget of $6.5 million, Largo AI's financial projections show a worldwide box office revenue of $8.9 million, all the way up to $39.4 million, with another $5.6 million in streaming in the US in the first year.
Yeah, that's a lot. Think Knives Out, but for love, you know? And instead of Detective Benoit Blanc, Eternal Pursuit has Manufacturing Co.'s founders and this vast network of love associates who will literally do anything to connect you with your soulmate, you know? And while they operate under Cupid's code, you know, gets them away with anything. In the Eternal Pursuit of the One, love is the only law, right? Which is inside these fortune cookies, along with a number, 1619 True Love, that's TRUELUV, and a website, manufacturingco.us. We'll see you around.
Bravo to Benjamin and Jacqueline, and bravo also for hacking by having a team member. Make sure you get your fortune cookies. Okay, our next filmmakers are BIFA-nominated producers and co-directors of Firstborn Films, and their films have screened at BAFTA, BIFA, and Academy Award qualifying festivals, no less. Their most recent feature, screened at festivals worldwide, was theatrically released and is currently streaming on Amazon Prime and Disney+. So, to present their project Tomorrow Pamplona, please welcome Kerry Bourne and Darren Heath.
Thanks very much. Thank you to Largo. Hi, I'm Kerry Bourne, and together with my partner producer Darren Heath, we run Firstborn Films in London.
Firstborn Films' most recent feature was theatrically distributed, as Kristen said, and acquired by both Amazon Prime and Disney+, so we know how to get films out there.
And we're the producers of the upcoming feature, Tomorrow Pamplona.
Tomorrow Pamplona is a psychological thriller, part neo-noir, part road movie, an English-language adaptation of the best-selling Dutch novel by Jan van Meersbergen.
A boxer on the run.
Think Harris Dickinson.
A desperate young man who's fallen totally in love with a dangerous and damaged woman, a 21st century femme fatale.
Think Andrea Arjona.
Our young boxer hitches an impulsive lift with a middle-aged family man heading to Pamplona to run with the bulls and to end it all.
Running in parallel with the present-day road movie is the noir story leading up to it, featuring a boxing promoter godfather,
picture Stellan Skarsgård,
a buried secret, and the kind of moral reckoning that no one can run away from.
The story centers around themes of revenge, betrayal, and redemption.
This is Body Heat meets In Bruges, with the raw kinetic energy of Drive and the uncompromising gut and grit of Raging Bull.
So, why make this now?
Young men are looking for a new story about who they are.
Tomorrow Pamplona gives them just that, a new story. A gripping, visceral, funny, emotionally charged film that smuggles in a female perspective and holds up a mirror to what masculinity looks like in the 2020s.
The conclusion from Largo AI is that Tomorrow Pamplona targets the most commercially valuable theatrical demographic, the 16 to 34 Gen Z audience, with strong secondary appeal for the 30 to 50 age bracket.
The film is a European co-production, shooting in the UK, Belgium, and Spain. So it's targeting one of the most favorable multi-territory tax credit frameworks currently available.
A well-established Belgian co-producer is already attached, and we're in active discussions with a top Spanish co-producer.
So, what are the numbers?
Total all-in budget, just over $8 million, which includes a sizable P&A allocation.
The finance structure is already in place, 6 interlocking sources, which include tax credits totaling over 2.5 million in US dollars.
The Largo analysis supports a 20% return on investment for equity investors. So first position recoupment at 120% before profits are shared.
Oh, thank you very much. We hope to see you afterwards.
Thank you.
Carrie and Darren, thank you. Carrie and Dana, that was Tomorrow Pamplona. Now, we are going to be hearing from the 2025 Film London Lodestar finalist and 2024 SME Businesswoman of the Year, who is known for championing bold storytelling from underrepresented voices. Here to tell us about her debut feature, Arthur and Clara, please welcome the producer, founder of Candid Broads, Orion Pick.
Hi, I'm Orion Pick, the founder of UK-based BAFTA-nominated Candid Broads Productions. Since the inception of my company 6 years ago now, I've produced over 10 award-winning short films, one of them having gotten us a BAFTA nomination, and another one currently doing the rounds at Oscar-qualifying film festivals such as CineQuest, Slowfest, Dallas Film Festival, Doc NYC, and so on. But the film that I want to talk to you about today is my first narrative feature called Arthur and Clara. This is a project that is currently in post-production. So we've shot it in January, February, and are now very happy to say that we're picture locked. So Arthur and Clara is a film with high emotional intensity. Our total budget is of $600,000, and we've already raised $450,000. And now to go to completion, we just need the remainder to make sure that we can finish post and then also finance marketing. This is a romantic drama set in the British countryside where we meet a black filmmaker with a writer's block trying to find inspiration to write the next blockbuster, whilst he ends up being stuck with an A-list Caucasian actress who's just escaped her press tour wanting to end her life. This is about two artists struggling with under industry pressure, forming an unexpected bond that forces them to confront their past and rediscover the truth in their work and in each other. Think Marriage Story meets Past Lives. The film stars BAFTA nominee and newly addition to Netflix series Assassin's Creed, Mirren Mack, as well as CJ Beckford, who can now be seen in 1,000 Blows Disney Plus series in season 2. As mentioned before, we are fully wrapped on principal photography and are now in post-production. I'm in productive talks with internationally renowned sales agents and distributors. We've also got PR ready to kick off very soon, and we've got a big trade that has confirmed that they wanted to run a press release with first looks images as soon as we have a sales agent confirmed. This is a film where you can see clearly what you're investing in because, well, we've shot it. I've got a scissor reel, I've got production stills, and I've got a picture lock, everything ready to review as soon as you ask me. At this stage, I can say very easily that it's a very low risk because, like I said, I can show you what you're getting. It's a stunning footage with an amazing DOP that we had an amazing chance to get. We've got a beautiful screenplay that is really heartfelt and heartwarming and sad at times and really raises some very important questions today. And we've got a really bold, emotionally resonant cinema with the next generation of on-screen talent. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm looking forward to embarking on this journey with you on Arthur and Clara. And if you want to find me afterwards, I'll have a merch cap that says Arthur and Clara so you can't forget the name of the movie either.
Thank you so much, Orion, for Arthur and Clara there. This has been a fantastic parade of perfect pictures. We have just 2 left to go. Our next filmmaker is a researcher, founder of nonprofit The Versa Foundation. She's also the director and executive producer of the project she's here to tell us about today, Third Degree Burnout, A Survivor's Guide. Please welcome Nivi Jaswal-Wirtjes. Nivi.
No? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, this is working. Has anyone here experienced burnout? Woo! Family members, friends, neighbors? Yep. Okay, thank you. At the peak of my global corporate career, I was selling soap, shampoo, tea, and Axe deodorant. And I was also navigating severe burnout and chronic illnesses, cardiometabolic disorders, only at the age of 34. Then came the global pandemic, and both my parents got COVID-19, same day. We moved them to the hospital. 4 days later, I lost my father. And when I looked around, the world seemed to be burning up as well. Wildfires, tornadoes, hurricanes getting worse, geopolitical crises, wars, famine. We all continue to see the same stuff, the long shadow cast by the pandemic. Millions of people suffered the same tragedy that my family did. So I had a burning question. I quit. I walked away from the corporate world. My burning question was there a connection between our collective, cumulative nervous system exhaustion, chronic illness, and the climate collapse? That question became my documentary feature, my flagship, my first ever documentary feature, Third Degree Burnout, A Survivor's Guide. What I learned was this: public health burnout and planetary health burnout, both are deeply interconnected. And what connects that, the bridge that connects those two, is our food system, and we barely talk about it. Food has the ability and the power to shape and design your mood. Food has the ability to redesign and redesign and redesign every single day your gut microbiome. And the food system does the same thing for your soil microbiome, for how your oceans hold up life on the only planet we call home. Funded entirely with my personal savings from selling soap, shampoo, and tea, and Axe deodorant. This film brings 25 industry-independent experts, cinematic storytelling, motion graphics, animation, and 15 humorous sketches performed by a brilliant emerging British actress and an Australian actor. John Morales, Emmy-winning hurricane expert, chief meteorologist at NBC6 Miami, is our narrator. And we have Kat Kramer, daughter of the late legendary director Stanley Kramer, as our honorary executive producer. Our vision is to bring this film to top global conferences, corporate campus partners, and 1,000 screens, and we're asking for $650,000. That's all that we need. Look for a postcard on your chair. Thank you.
Nivi, making sure she gets her ask in there right at the end. Now, a big hand for our final pitcher. Okay, a renowned New York-based filmmaker crafting stories rooted in sports, coming of age, and untold perspectives. And she's collaborated with producers like Spike Lee and Queen Latifah. Here to tell us about her project Lollies, please welcome Jen Shaw.
Hi. Hi, as she said, my name is Jen Shaw. I'm a director-writer with over 15 years experience. I've directed for NBC, ESPN, but I've also done major campaigns for brands like Adidas, Hyundai, and P&G. I have been featured at Tribeca Film Festival, and I've actually been in the American Pavilion Emerging Filmmaker Showcase 3 times, so I've emerged. So my first feature film is called Lollies. Lollies is a coming-of-age dramedy, and everything I do kind of starts with sports. And I was an elite cheerleader growing up, and Lollies is the name of the underwear you wear under your skirt. The project is about a girl named Jazz who is ousted from gymnastics, and then she joins her elite cheerleading squad at her local high school. And let me tell you, they're brutal. They're wild. The coach is kind of crazy, things are kind of off, but she learns about herself along the way in a coming-of-age tale. The great part about this film, which makes it so smart, especially with Largo, I'm going to back on up. What makes it so smart is that cheerleading is a $2 billion industry, billion. So we've taken something that has the notoriety and likability of a franchise like a Bring It On, and we've scaled it to be in a coming-of-age story inspired by my life growing up as an elite cheerleader. And so you're going to get the Juno, and you're going to get some of those nodes of Lady Bird and films like that. So if you think of $2 billion, who's our audience? And our audience is mainly like, we see 14 to 40, because we think that young moms and older moms are going to go, hey, I've lived this life, I played these sports, I remember when I was in dance and cheerleading, and they're going to bring their daughters to this movie who are going to want to see it too, and because it's a coming-of-age film, you're going to bring in everyone else. When we did our Largo AI projections, we've got upwards of $20 million as far as the box office potential on a $3.25 million budget. But what I really loved, and nowadays everyone loves, is streaming. The numbers in streaming are really high. One of the things that I think the misconceptions about cheerleading is everyone thinks it's like super American, but it's not. There's global worlds in cheerleading, and cheerleading was just named a sport in 2021. All that work, just 2021, by the way. So when we did our projections, I used Regina King, Oscar award-winning Regina King, we know her. And then I also used Gabrielle Union. And what's notable is I'm out to both of them. I've worked with them in the commercial world, which is great. And I think one of the good parts is we see that they have the ability to kind of drive that audience on a global scale. Another thing that's not here on Largo AI that we also were able to do, we did a test group in the UK. I wanted to prove it was global. And I was able to see that there was a ton of interest from the audience as well. Well, I'm the last one here today. I'm working with Zero Gravity, and I'm out to all these people. Please come and find me. Thank you, all the filmmakers. Great job.
Bravo to Jen Shaw Lollies. Bravo to all of our pitchers. You have been pitch perfect and awesome. Stand by now, as one of these projects is going to win an award. Here to tell us more, Sami, come on up.
Yeah. Does this work? Yes, perfect. Do you already have a favorite project? We asked the same question to our AI simulated focus group populations. Most of projects are very, very good. Actually, all of them are very good, but one of them was marginally better according to our simulated populations. So basically, we presented the projects to domestic audience for each project. And we have a winner. I guess we need to invite our guests to announce the winner.
Definitely, because not only do we have a winner, we have a special guest here to announce the winner. CEO of Hollywood Ventures Group, the media and entertainment company focused on film and TV development, financing, production, and strategic partnerships. Now, prior to launching Hollywood Ventures Group, he served as head of physical production for Amazon Studios, where he oversaw numerous feature films and television productions. Please welcome our special guest, co-founder and chief executive officer of Hollywood Venture Group, Glenn Gainor. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Glenn, we have partnered for this event together with Hollywood Venture Group. Actually, we will have also an award by them. Maybe, Glenn, you can also tell a few things about Hollywood Venture Group.
Absolutely. And first off, I want to say, before I talk about what we do, I want to talk about what you do. We use this program. We use Largo. And the pitches I saw today are fantastic. As my friends mentioned, I've been inside the studio system for 20 years, and I can tell you, each one of you carried your weight. Congratulations, really amazing. So hand a big round of applause. We created Hollywood Ventures Group. We're based in Television City in Los Angeles, and we are here to empower stories around the world, to create stories that transcend borders, and find that local story that can go global, and really sort of piece through entertainment, which is what we do. We bring people together through these stories. And again, it starts here, so I'm very, very proud to be with you guys.
Thank you very much, Glenn. And I guess we can learn the winner, or what do you think?
We're going to find out right now. So, do we say the winner or the award goes to? Which one? We never know anymore, but I will say the SFG winner, in this case, goes to Terminal, David Poulshock.
Bravo.
It's, congratulations.
Here on the stage, yeah.
Hollywood Ventures Group, 1 year of financial consulting.
So,
Thank you. Thank you. Wow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Let me tell you, Largo does not lie.
That's right.
And I think we missed the award. What's the award?
The award is Hollywood Ventures Group 1 year of financial consulting. So
well, there you go.
We're going to get to know each other. That's right. We're going to help.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
We should get. Here we go. Group picture.
Fantastic. Bravo to Terminal.
Right away.
Thank you so much for this. Thank you to all of our pitchers. Now, we're going to do 2 quick things before we wrap up here. Do not go away. There are 2 more things. First of all, if you haven't already done so, you need to flash this QR code, because this is where you can find out all of the information about the projects that we've seen here today. Using Largo Connect, get in there, see the projects themselves, see the analytics from Largo. Right, hopefully you've all got that. Next up, very important, all of our pitchers, if you have pitched, up on stage, please. We want to get a photo of you all and commemorate this. You've been fantastic. Sami, let's get you back up here as well and have a group photo. Let's go, people. Come on up. Come on up this way. Come on up that way. Yes, shortcuts onto the stage. Okay, if you have pitched, you've had a microphone in your hand, come on up. Let's organize ourselves neatly and nicely for our photographers for a group photo. Okay, if you're in the audience, have your cameras out as well. I'll sneak in here at the end. Yep. Bravo! Whoa! Thank you so much to you, the audience. You've been awesome. Thank you so much to all of our pitchers. Thank you so much to Largo and all the team. You've been wonderful. Thank you.